Hi, happy St. Patrick's Day and welcome to Take 5. Let's find comfortable sitting position and center into the class. Find an intention that you want to focus on throughout the practice. We're going to be coming back to it many times throughout the class. And you can come back to your intention more times than I mentioned. Alright, with that, find comfortable sitting position, close the eyes. Take a deep breath and just make it as an intention throughout the class to bring yourself back into the present moment as often as possible. If you find yourself drifting away with thoughts or schedules or memories, just bring yourself back to the breath, into the present moment. Relax the scalp and the face, relax the space between the eyebrows. Relax the jaw and the throat, inside and outside. Relax the shoulders and place them back. Relax the abdominal and the thighs and the knees and the calves and ankles and feet. So the intention that you have, say it 3 times in your head in present time. Notice if your spine is straight, see if you can erect the chest and straighten the spine some more. Use the core to support you and send the breath to the lowest parts of the lungs, cleaning the stale air that's been there for a while, cleaning the air, rejuvenating the body. Stretch the hands far away from the crown of the head, far, wiggling the fingers. See if your shoulders are moved forward. Place them back, chest up. Slightly tuck the chin so you can elongate the neck as well. The neck is a beautiful continuation of the spine, so we'll treat it this way. Look towards your left. And look towards your right. Keep wiggling the fingers, a little bit of numbness would be fine. Look towards your left again. Hands towards your right again. Now change the positioning of the palms. So still wiggle the fingers, but place the palms up. Look towards your left. Notice if the right shoulder wants to go forward, instead keep it back. And look towards your right. Notice differences between the sides. And towards the middle. Left ear towards the left shoulder. towards the right shoulder. Notice where the shoulders are. Are they moving forward? They might, so keep them back. Breath is flowing all the way down. Let's change the positioning of the palms now down, like we started. Palms towards the ground. Left ear towards the left shoulder. Sending the breath where is needed. Right ear towards the right shoulder. Back to neutral, place the right arm forward. And then with the help of the left, move the right arm towards the left. Keep the right shoulder down. Look towards the right. When you look towards the right, try not to look down to the right, but instead, strong straight neck. Breathe. We do the same thing on the other side, so release the right arm. Left arm forward and bring the left arm towards the right with the help of the right. Keep left shoulder down and look towards the left with straight face. So not looking down, but looking straight to the left. And breathe. Back towards the middle, let it go, and place the arms somewhere behind you, chest towards the sky, chin towards the sky. Be careful not to collapse the shoulder blades on the back, instead make sure they're spaced up. And also don't lock the joints, so don't lock the elbows, just shy of lock. In this one, for more stretch on the front, you can use an underbite, like your bottom jaw will go on top of the top one, and then chin up. Tilt your head towards the left, and then towards the right, very slow. And bring yourself back to neutral. So circles with the right arm. When you go up, you're gonna inhale very slowly, exhale forward and down, inhale up, exhale down. So the goal here is not to get speed, but really to get a big circle far from the shoulder with the fingers. Always when you go up, inhale, and when you go down, exhale. Big circles. Like you're trying to reach as much as possible, as far as possible with the fingers. You probably hear the wind really weirdly through the phone. As long as you hear me in between, we're good. Let's change the circle's direction. Still on inhalation, going up. Exhale, lowering. And we're gonna switch arms. The other arm, inhaling, going up, exhaling, lowering. Again, notice how big of a circle can you do. Relaxing the shoulder will give you a little bit more amplitude. The whole point is to create more space, expand and elongate. And when you're ready, let's change the direction. Still saying up, inhale, exhale, down. And when you have enough of that, legs straight in front of you, hinging from the hips, going towards the toes. In this one, we're trying to keep the spine straight, so it's not too much down, it's more like forward. It helps if the arms are behind us for support, so keep the spine straight, and also keep your neck straight as part of the spine. Many of the times we have the spine straight, but then like the neck is so hinged forward. Instead, think the neck is a beautiful continuation of the spine, so part of it. You can use micro pulsation here for getting more length on inhale, and then exhale, pushing towards the stretch. So each breath will be like a pulse towards the direction we're going. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe all the way down to the bottoms of the lungs. And repeat your intention 3 times in your head. Have to admit someone here. And then we're back on. Legs straight in front of us. Come back to your intention from the beginning of the class and repeat it 3 times in your head. In present time, center into the present moment. Keep making these pulsations with the breath. Inhale, gain more length. Exhale, press yourself towards the toes. Imagine I walk behind you and I'm pressing between your shoulder blades, moving you towards the toes. Legs take the biggest amount of time to stretch compared to the rest of the muscles in the body, since we have lots of big muscles. So be patient with yourself and keep pushing forward on exhale. And when you're ready, slowly exiting the pose, slowly, because you don't want the muscles to snap right back in. So we get right ankle and place it on top of the left thigh, or on the inner side of the left thigh. Either or, doesn't matter. Still towards the toes. Lots of bugs in Florida. breathe, each exhale gets you closer towards the toes of the left leg. Let's switch. So we'll slowly exit this one, right leg forward straight, left foot on top of the right side, and that might feel completely different than the other side. Normal. Trying to keep the spine straight. It's in this one it's a little more difficult, but do try. Like concentrate on elongating the entire length of the right leg. So not just where the ankle is or the thigh, but want to have from the sitting bone all the way to the right heel. Alright, let's slowly let go of that. So we get the right foot again and bend right knee forward, and then the left is gonna stack on top of the right. So trying to move away from the sitting bones with the feet underneath. So in this case, yes. So in this case, we're stacking the two knees on top of each other. And if we can move the feet a little bit further away from us, that's even better. And try to keep both of your sitting bones. Yeah, it's the other way around. Good. Try to keep both of your sitting bones down on the mat. So the left one is going to want to lift up and the right foot is going to want to go underneath. But instead, wiggle yourself until you find both of the sitting bones on the mat. And by wiggling, you're actually going to relax some of the muscles that are screaming and make this extremely uncomfortable. And exhale into the pose. We'll get a hold of the left arm in front of the right one and do eagle arms. So right one towards me, left one on the outside. And wrap them around or hug yourself if it's difficult to do eagle arms. Drop the palms forward and begin tucking the chin towards the chest and relax the right shoulder. Long breaths here. Inhale, arms towards the sky and palms are forward. So in this one, we're just going to move the elbows into 90 degrees and palms are forward. Now look towards each hand. I can automatically see right now that both of my hands are a little bit forward. Instead, I'm going to move them back and create 90 degrees with the elbows, and also the hands are going to be on my face level, so no forward than the face, but the face level. And then breathe. Place the left arm for support next to you. Elongate through the right, up towards the sky, and hinge towards the left. When the entire right side is very stretched from the right sitting bone to the right fingers in a rainbow-like pose, you want to look underneath the right arm. Stretch some more towards the left. Move the breath on the right of the lungs. Where's my water? It's so far away. Feel free to grab a drink of water anytime you like. Let's inhale back into that previous pose with palms forward, 90 degrees, and then arms on my face level. Dropping right arm for support, elevating through the left, so far away from the left sitting bone. Rainbow towards the right. Elongating really good the left side and looking underneath the left arm. No snakes this time. Great. Inhale yourself back up into that previous pose. Sometimes in some of the states in America we call this cactus arms because it kind of looks like a cactus, kind of. So notice if the hands are on the same level as the face, and also do you have 90 degrees. Try to keep this length of the spine that we've created, and then relax the arms. So now you stretched your legs pretty good without noticing even, because you have all these other poses that we did. We're gonna do a reset pose in between them. Remove, so the legs are straight in front. Remove the meat underneath your sitting bones so you can like go forward towards the feet. And this time maybe place the hands in front and then begin walking them forward. Reaching towards the feet or beyond the feet. If you have super long arms like I do, maybe beyond the feet. And just use the fingers to walk yourself further. Breathe. And when you're ready, walk yourself back. Which leg was on the top? So I guess now the left one is going to be on the bottom, the right one is going to be on the top. Remove the meat underneath your right sitting bone, and if you can, move the feet a little bit further away from you. So it's kind of like the knees are stacking, but you're going into that direction. I know mine are not completely stacking on top of each other, but that's okay. It's just I'm really tight in the legs. I dance a lot. Inhaling, arms above the head and moving for cactus arms here. So right one in front of the left and wrap them around. Good thing we remember which one was on the bottom. Moving the palms forward and tuck the chin. Relax the right shoulder and the left shoulder. Mostly the left. Relax both legs and the feet. Send the breath where it's needed. Make sure both of the sitting bones are on the mat. Sometimes they are in the beginning and then we kind of wiggle ourselves around, exiting. you're ready, lift your arms in short cactus pose. So palms are forward, 90 degrees in the elbows, and then kind of move your face back and the arms back so they are on the same level. Then drop the left arm, right one elongates, hinging from the right hip to right fingertips, rainbow or banana shape, and look underneath the right arm. That side might feel completely different than the other side. It's normal. And telling yourself back up to that previous pose. Check on the pose whether you have the 90 degrees. I'm watching you. Okay, right arm down, elevating to the left. And then overhead. Left sitting bone far away from left fingertips. Yeah, there's a lot of parrots with all kinds of sounds in the area. And other birds, but lots of parrots. Look underneath left arm. And when you're ready, exit from there and back to the resetting pose. We're using this as a reset pose, and also to elongate your legs stretch without really noticing how long are you staying there, because we could have just been easily stayed the whole time just hanging there and stretching the legs only, but why not incorporating some shoulders and arms and heart chakra, opener. There's so many benefits, especially if your intention has to do with gratitude or love or joy. Heart chakra is definitely something to work on a regular basis, to see the good in people and the good in the world, and not to really get sucked into negativity of other people or just like events, you know. So it's really important to work with the heart chakra. Also, color green, good for that. And when you're ready, begin lowering the hands. We do another reset pose with legs straight in front of us, and we're hinging from the hips, going towards the toes. Remove the meat from the sitting bones and just walk the hands forward, maybe beyond the feet, maybe towards the feet. At this point the legs are pretty stretched, so they're not really pulling on the spine muscles as much as they would if it was like in the beginning of the class. A great way to bring you to the present moment is hearing a siren on the back. It's like, oh, it is happening right now, real life. So also come back to your intention from the beginning of the class and repeat it 3 times in your head in present time. When you're ready, very slowly walk the hands towards you and just try not to have the muscles snap right back in. And place the right foot on the outer edge of the left thigh and then hug the left knee. Sorry, not the left knee, the right knee with the left arm. and then pull the knee towards you. And then prop yourself up with the right arm and gain length in the spine, as much as possible length, and then begin twisting towards the right, and maybe look behind your right shoulder. So the twist should be more up and then to the direction of the twist. So maybe 80% of what you can twist, as long as you keep the length. Actively keep pushing the right leg towards you, towards your chest, as you're twisting. And the reason I said 80% of what you can twist, because the spine twists like a rope, right? You twist it a lot and it shortens. But if you don't twist it as much and you maintain the length, you're not going to break it, but you're still going to stretch it. Try to maintain the length of the spine as you unwind yourself back to neutral. I was going to say central. We're going to get the left leg on the outer edge of the right thigh, and tug the left leg with your right arm and pull it towards you, so you feel the stretch on the back of the left leg somewhere. And then prop yourself up with the left arm and then twist towards the left. And then again, 80%. Keep the length of the spine as you unwind yourself back to neutral. And go into cross-legged position, whatever leg you usually put in front. So you're going to change that later on. I just went to the one that I don't usually do. Anyway, cross-legged and walk the hands forward. And breathe. Walking the hands forward. So on inhale, like we started the class with this pulsation with the breath. On inhale, bring yourself higher, taller, gaining length. Exhale, walk the fingertips forward. And when you're ready, bring yourself back up with walking the hands towards you. We're going to change the crossings of the legs. So whatever leg was towards you, now it's going to go on the outer edge, and the other one is going to be towards you. Yeah, this is more like it. That's like my usual thing. I usually put the left leg towards me. We all have preferences and going to one side. I encourage you to think about it and change it. Sometimes that would be more balancing. Walking the hands forward again and use the pulsation of the breath. Inhale, gaining length. Exhale, walking forward. And just keep going with the breath. Very slowly walk yourself back into sitting, and just place your hands in front of you somewhere, and then move into tabletop from here. When you're in tabletop, you want to have always the fingertips underneath. The fingertips spread. If your wrists are sensitive, then you can be on the fists. Otherwise, spread fingertips to protect the wrists, and then tuck the toes, lift up downward facing dog. Actively push the mat away with the hands. Good. Inhale into plank, and then exhale back into dog. Inhale once more into plank, elbows in, lowering chaturanga. And lay on your chest. Do you remember how we did cactus arms on the others, like when we were sitting? So let's do that. Cactus arms here with elbows out. Cactus arms feel very different if you're a woman and if you have boobs laying down like that. But still, that's not the point. So we have the elbows away right into 90 degrees, and so the hands are really not on the face level at this time, but get the left arm and place it next to you, and then with the help of the left arm just rotate towards the right, elevate left leg in the air, begin making circles with the left leg. As a rule of the thumb, every time the leg goes up, you inhale. So maybe slow down the circle. And find yourself back into neutral with this cactus arms, both arms. And we'll move the right arm next to us to help us rotate towards the right. Elevate the right leg and begin making circles with the right leg. Each time we go up, it's inhale. Something I heard there. And let's switch the circle. Alright, when you're ready, back to neutral. There's just so many different bugs in here. Holy moly. And let's go to tabletop and lift up to downward facing dog from there. Inhale into plank, lower chaturanga, elbows in. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And once again, lay on your abs, and then see if you can grab a hold of your ankles. If you can't, that's fine. Just go into that direction. Don't lift yet, slam yourself in a pose like that. I just saw that. Little bit. First, start with your chest. Lift up the chest only without the knees. Okay? Sneaking in. So we're gonna take the time. Just send the breath to the lowest part of your belly. only the chest is lifted. Try to keep the knees down. And then lower the chest, relax. Actually let go of the legs too and reset. Full breath. We're gonna get the ankles again, either ankles or heels, whatever. And then lift the chest. And see if you can send the breath to the lowest part of the belly, even though you are sitting on the belly. Chest back down. See if you can grab the hold of your ankles. And then we're gonna lift just part of the thighs, the closest part next to the knees. So maybe whatever you can lift with the legs would be 80% of what you can. Try to keep your chest down. Good. And breathe. And then let go again. Let go of the legs. Let go of the chest. Relax, maybe on one side of one cheek, or maybe with hands underneath you. Like me, I like to sit like that and read a book like that, or work on my phone. It's extremely comfortable. So we're gonna do the same thing, and this time we will attempt to lift the chest and the legs. So let's grab the hold of the ankles or feet, lift the chest, lift the thighs as well. See how much you can lift. Look up. Keep sending the breath to the bottom of the lungs. And remember your intention from the beginning of the class. Repeat it 3 times in your head. And let go. Slowly, you can just roll over on your spine. Holy moly. There's all these bugs. And begin relaxing the feet. Far apart from each other. I'm gonna place the phone here. Look at some palm trees and no clouds, but anyway. Feet are usually shoulder distance or even bigger distance in your shoulders, and just let them fall to the outside. Relax the feet, the bottoms of the feet and the tops of the feet. Relax the ankles and the calves and the knees and the thighs, inside and outside. Relax the entire length of both of the legs and feel the circulation of the blood, kind of like a gentle vibration on the skin. Sometimes I feel this so much that I'm like, wow, this is almost like shaking, depending on the frequency and how I feel. Sometimes I'm extremely sensitive. Relax the abdominals, inside and outside, and chest, inside and outside. Relax all the internal organs, causing them to function properly. The right, correct way for you. Relax the face and the throat, all the little places and areas like the eye sockets and the eyebrow, the jaw, the brain. So the brain, it could have a thought that keeps a muscle connected to it. Scan through the entire body and notice if there are any areas that needs to be relaxed. All you need to do is just relax. Tell them to relax. Send the breath there. And finally, begin relaxing the scalp. Letting go. Now here is a great time to remind yourself for your intention from the beginning of the class and repeat it 3 times in your head. Wouldn't it be nice, this intention to be something that is with us without us having to think of it too much? There is a way with practice. So today, before you go to bed, or tomorrow if you're gonna party all night, like I will, tomorrow morning, or whatever it is that you go to bed next, just remind yourself for your intention and repeat it 3 times in your head. And sometimes even that is difficult to remember, so maybe um, put a piece of jewelry, either a ring or a bracelet or anklet, and when you put that piece of jewelry, connect it with your intention and say, I am putting this piece of jewelry because before bed I will remind myself for my intention. And maybe take it off and put it next to you in the bed or whatever. And then when you wake up in the morning and you see the piece of jewelry, remind yourself about your intention again. Or just keep it on throughout the night and you'll see it. Just as long as it's something that you don't wear all the time. And if it is something that you wear all the time and you want to use it as an intention setting, then just change the location. If it's on one finger, put it on the other hand's finger, switch around, or like hand to the other hand and so forth. If it's a bracelet, and then each time you look at the piece of jewelry, you will connect it with your intention. And the more you practice that intention, the more it would become a habit of thinking, and you can actually make it permanent part of your life through the power of habit, through the power of discipline to create that habit. Yeah. And that's all I have to say about that. You can choose to keep laying down. If you choose to get up and continue with your life, wiggle fingers and maybe move ankles around and stretch arms overhead, far away from the heels. Find your way to one side, left and right in fetal position, and give a body a chance to respond versus react. Use the top arm to lift yourself up with a strong straight spine. And here, and here we are. This is upside down. Welcome to your new you. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. Bye. See you Monday.